Sripada Srivallabhacharitamrutam, Chapter 20. The Account of Vissavadhani. Description of the divine auspicious form of Sri Sreepada. In the early morning, I reached Kurungedda to have darshan of Sri Sreepada. Divine rays of illumination were emanating. Peace, compassion, love, and knowledge were issuing forth a brilliant light from the divine eyes of Sri Sreepada. Those who were in his presence were getting unasked peace, compassion, love, and wisdom. When that form of the only Lord for all universes, when the formless phenomenon assumed form and appeared in the human form before the very eyes, ineffable joy and astonishment were flooding my entire nature. Sri Sreepada kindly beckoned me to approach him and offer obeisance. When he beckoned to me, inexplicable waves of peace and love rose from his divine hands, and I experienced as though they transported my mind, heart, and body to some other unknown worlds. I touched the auspicious feet with devotion. My body felt lightened. I noticed that a dark aura was emanating from my eyes. After some time, black luster from all organs in my body came out. All that luster assumed an ugly human form. That form exactly resembled me. Sri Sreepada smilingly asked me, "Have you noticed who was that black form which was very much like you?" I replied, "Swami, I noticed that the form resembled me, but I do not know why it came out of my body. I also do not know the identity of that form." Then Sri Sreepada said, "My child, that shape is your sinful body. He is your sinful personality. Now, whatever remained in your body is pious personality." In every human body, sinful personality and pious personality exists. Release from both papa and punya is liberation only. One who takes birth as a Brahmin must be righteous and burn down his sinful body. Not only that, with the strength of his punya, he must uplift others. A Brahmin should mainly possess attributes of sattva. He should make others perform rituals as enjoined by Vedas and scriptures and collect from them only that much money which is necessary for his living. In receiving that money, he is also taking their sins automatically. He should burn those sins in the fire of his intense penance. Only such a Brahmin who lives like that is worthy of the word Brahmin. If that is not the case, he is Brahmin only on the account of his caste. He cannot become a Brahmin endowed with Brahmagnana. People like my maternal grandfather Sri Bapanarya and my father Appalaraja Sharma can be called noble Brahmins. My maternal grandmother Rajamamba and my mother Sumati Maharani are very pious. By merely remembering such people, thousands of sins in the bodies of living creatures beat a hasty retreat. Speaking these words, Sri Sreepada became silent for a while. He touched the center of his eyebrows and stretched his right hand. A brilliant illumination rose from the palm of his hand. Sacred materials required for homam materialized at once. Next, gold and silver, some sweet fruits and flowers originated. Then the holy fire arose. The sinful person who came out of my body was crying with great fright. Sri Sreepada, with a movement of his eyes, commanded the sinful person to fall into the divine fire and get reduced into ashes. That person fell into the fire rather unwillingly. Flames spread all over my body. I was crying, "Swami, I'm being burnt! Save me! Save me!" A wave of light from the divine eyes of Sri Sreepada touched me. My body became cool. The fire of homam burnt the sinner. Variety of electric currents arose in my body. I was aware of the awakening of my kundalini. My pulse stopped. My heartbeat halted. I slipped into a state of trance. It was afternoon. It was Thursday. Sri Sreepada took a bath and he was surrounded by devotees. Sreepada touched his hand, the food offered by devotees as bhiksha. He sprinkled the water from the kamandala on the devotees. Some food was placed on 8 directions as sacrificial offering. With the musical voice of crores of cuckoos, he called me by name. He ordered all people to take meals. He instructed me to come nearer to him. Closing his eyes for a second, he opened his eyes again and cast his looks of dalliance on me. A silver casket appeared on his hand. It was full with halwa. Halwa was the one liked by Sri Sreepada. Sri Sreepada said, "Shankara Bhatt, my devotees tie me with their bonds of devotion. I am only bound by pure care and devotion." In the house of Sri Shreshti, his wife Venkata Subbamamba prepared this sweet for me and took a vow that she would take meals only after I eat this sweet. Their granddaughter Lakshmi Vasavi tied Rakhi to my hand. She told that the astrologers predicted that the death was indicated in the horoscope of her husband. She observed a diksha, that is, a spiritual discipline, that her husband should live long. She persisted that if it was true that she tied Raksha Bandha to me, I should take the prasad and bless her as a Sumangali. Where was any other way for me? I blessed Chiranjeevi Lakshmi Vasavi as Lakshmi Saubhagyavati and granted her flowers, bangles and kumkum. I brought the halwa prepared with love by Venkata Subbamamba, whom I regarded as my maternal grandmother. This prasad destroys great sins earned from many births. I will personally receive the prasad offered in the houses of my devotees through subtle rays. However, as the one cooked in the house of Sri Sreshti was Mahaprasad, I was physically receiving it in person. You also take this prasad? Who can describe the sweetness of that prasad? He threw upwards some portion of the prasad. It went somewhere in the sky. He let some prasad to slip from his palm. Then the earth there broke and gave way to the prasad. After prasad went into the earth, the broken earth came back to normal state. The remaining devotees desired for the prasad available there. Sri Sripada's incarnation is one that never disappoints anyone. Prasad was inexhaustible even when distributed to many. In the meantime, a devotee by name Guru Charan, born in Padmasali caste, came there. Sri Sreepada gave prasad to him also. Then he threw that silver vessel into the Krishna river. Then Sri Sreepada observed, Padmasalis belong to the lineage of Markandeya. For some reason they become non-vegetarians. No action takes place without a reason in my presence. Guru Charana, from many days you are offering me Nevedya. You are leading a pious life, saying always that the lotus feet of Sri Guru are your refuge. Today you could receive Mahaprasad from the hands of Sri Guru. Explain to Shankar Bhatt about Guru Tattva, that is, philosophy relating to Guru, as far as you know. In the afternoon, I will be in yogic sleep and undertake internal travel of the mind. No one should visit me. My rest should not be disturbed. It was indeed the will of Sri Guru that I should meet a great devotee named Sri Guru Charan. Sri Guru Charan progressed well in the path of yoga. I prayed him to explain the nature of Sri Sreepada and make me gratified. Then Guru Charan began to expatiate. That formless, attributeless phenomenon whose great resolve resulted in the creation, sustenance, and liquidation of countless crores of universes incarnated in ancient yugas as Sri Dattatreya, taking a form and attributes. That phenomenon has incarnated in this yuga at present in the form of Sri Sreepada, Sri Vallabha. This incarnation is formless but appearing as a human form, attributeless but appearing as one with attributes. A comprehensive form of all deities but looks like a single deity. It is the ultimate destination for all paths of yoga. All forms of deities appeared in vision of sages through their individual practices of penance from the beginning of creation are really the divine manifestation of Sri Sreepada. In ancient times, sages had many divine powers. Vashishta used to perform sacrifices with havya, that is, an offering made into a sacrificial fire. Vishwamitra and Jamadagni used to follow the procedure of performing sacrifice without havya. Only the one who knows the secret of mantra and the secret of that ritual is capable of doing that ritual, or not doing it, or doing it in a different way. Sri Sreepada is omnipotent. However, as he knows the secret of karma, differences will be seen in his treatment of different individuals. The power of love is superior to all other powers. Its strength is infinite. Bapannarya or Narsimhavarma or Venkatappaya Shreshti are endowed with peculiar yogic wealth. All the three had abundant affectionate devotion towards Sri Sreepada. With the power of their love, they can compel Sreepada to fructify any particular work. Sri Sreepada also has to yield. Sri Sreepada has a natural trait of seeing his mother in every woman. If anyone with natural affection treats Sreepada as a divine child and worship him, Sri Sreepada also behaves like a small child in their houses. This is the Mahamaya. It is a matter that defies logic that the attributeless, formless Parabrahma, who is repeatedly extolled as such by yogis and wise men, should display his divine sports as a divine child in Patakapuram. For those who practice with the idea that God is obtained through study of Vedas and scriptures, paths of yogas and jnana, God is obtained only through those paths. Godly experience can be systemized through scriptures. Sometimes godly experiences can be had through a route beyond the pale of scriptures. God is fully independent in all respects. The Leelas of Sri Sreepada are not amenable for logic. They are unheard of before. Then I requested Sri Guru Charana, Swami, how did you get the darshan of Sri Sreepada at first? Please give me an account of it. On that, Guru Charana said, O pious Brahmin, you are very fortunate. On account of the punya earned in my previous births, I had the fortune of narrating to you the divine pastimes of Sri Sreepada in his very presence. You have the free grace and compassion of Sri Guru. Having said that, he briefly explained the way in which he had the darshan of Sri Sreepada. I was born in a family of devotees. I was worshipping from my childhood Lord Datta, who is our family deity. There were a lot of financial worries in the family. However much I prayed Lord Datta, my troubles did not diminish. On the other hand, they enhanced. Some elders advised me that I did not have the grace of Lord Datta and that I should select another deity as family deity and worship, upon which my difficulties might be resolved. I also was contemplating as to which god should be elected as a family deity so that my troubles would cease. With that thought, I slipped into sleep. In the dream, I saw a dreadful butcher. He was tending a herd of sheep with great love. He was slaughtering some sheep every day with his butcher's knife. The knife in his hand evoked great fear in me. With a profound sound of rumbling clouds, he thundered, I am Datta. Whatever gods or goddesses you worship, all those belong to me only. Simply when you change the names and shapes of the deity you worship, I will not change. More than that, I will not leave you. You are my shadow. How can my shadow leave me and exist? I am the great result that administer the will of all deities and humans. I am the Brahman from which all the incarnations of God emanate. Probably an animal caught in the mouth of a tiger may escape, but you, who was caught in my hand, cannot escape. Devotees of Datta should be like young lions and not like cowards. I am like a lion. Young ones of the lion cannot have any fear with the lion. They will amuse their mother with their sports and capers. It is certain that I will kill you with this knife. There is no one in all of the three worlds who can save you. I was crying madly with terrible fright. By the time my dream shattered, inmates of my house asked me about the matter. I told them about my dream. I wailed that I was undergoing penury as a result of some past deeds in some birth. Our financial difficulties increased. I felt that it would be better if I die. Next morning, a Haridas, that is, a minstrel singing the glory of God, appeared before my house. There were wooden cymbals in his hand. He was singing the name of Hari. He kept on his head a vessel for storing rice. He was a strange Haridas. He kept a small piece of Audumara tree in that vessel. It is considered as a bad omen when rice is not offered to a Haridas standing in front of the house. Therefore, I searched in the house for rice and offered the Haridas a fistful of broken rice found after search. The Haridas received the fistful of broken rice and said, Swami, yesterday's night a butcher murdered one Guru Charan, a devotee of Datta. However, the wonder is that the life force of that man left his body and settled in this Audumbara plant. It is a standard saying that Sri Dattatreya resides at the foot of the Audumbara tree. This plant is not an ordinary one. There is a great kshetra named Sri Pitakapuram in Godavari region. It is said that the self-existent Datta moves in that town in the guise of Sri Sreepada of Sri Vallabha. This plant belongs to the offspring of the Audumbara tree in the house of the maternal grandfather of Sreepada Sri Vallabha. Plant this in your house and derive all auspicious things. On hearing this, my head reeled. Then I told the Haridas, Swami, I am that Guru Charan. I am not murdered. I am a Datta devotee. I saw a butcher in my dream. He warned me that he would kill me with his knife. I heard that when a person dies and his body is not available, sticks of a Audumbara tree are arranged like a corpse and funeral rites are performed considering the sticks as the corpse of the dead person. But it is unheard of and unseen at any place that the life forces of a person are attracted into a Audumbara tree and at the same time the life forces are retained in the person. The greatness of Audumbara tree. Then the Haridas loudly laughed and said, It is true what you say. I do not deny it. The entire mystery of the creation is known only to the Adi Guru Lord Dattatreya. Even the Saptarishis cannot understand what he proposes to do in the next moment. Such being the case, what are you? What am I? You are thinking that bodily death of a man is only death. When the period of death approaches, a Sadguru may subject his disciple to terrible mental agony, horrible dishonors, unbearable troubles and losses, and erase accumulated karma and grant him rebirth. An incarnation may subject his dependent to slight trouble and grant him rebirth. However, Sri Dattatreya attracts the life forces of his dependents to the Audumbara tree where he always lives and rescue the body of the dependent from the life force released from the Audumbara tree. The ignorant dependent thinks that he is alive from the life force in his body, but the fact is that the life force emanating from the Audumbara tree is conducting the bodily function of the devotee uninterruptedly. The moment the period of death elapses, the life force issuing forth from the Audumbara tree firmly establishes in the devotee and the devotee lives for some more time. The Audumbara tree will remain perfect. However, much the life force may be released from it. The reason for that is Sri Dattatreya remains well established at the base of every Audumbara tree in a subtle form. All that the Haridas told was very strange to me. That Haridas, whose name was Krishna Das, went away in his own way. I started to take care of the growth of that Audumbra plant with great love and devotion in the backyard of our house. A distant relative of mine was trading in silk cloths. He became old and he had no children. He took motiveless love for me. He began to stay in our house. He gave some money to me and advised me to carry on business in silken clothes. He was also circumambulating the Audumbra tree in our house and worshipping Lord Datta with great devotion. Whenever any difficulties arose in our house, we used to solemnly go round the Audumbra tree and represent our troubles to that great tree. Our suffering was reaching Lord Datta. Our troubles were solved in an unanticipated way. Audumbra tree was acting like a bridge of friendship between us and Sri Dattatreya. Sir, worship of Audumbra tree is a very important duty of Datta devotees. If Audumbra tree is in the house, it is as though Sri Dattatreya is verily in our house. However much the efficacy of Audumbra tree is described, it amounts to an understatement only. Birth as a thorny tree as a result of sinful acts. While going to Orissa on business purpose, fortunately I reached Pitakapuram and found the house of Sri Bapanarya. Then Sri Sreepada was with Bapanarya in the backyard. There was a thorny tree in their backyard. Sri Sreepada was carefully watering the tree. Bapanarya said to Sri Sreepada, "Golden Krishna, Chinnappa, is it proper to take so much care about the thorny tree, which is dear to you as if it is Somalata or Sanjeevani plant? It will grow whether you care for it or not." Then Sri Sreepada remarked, "Tata, this thorny tree is Vissavadhani, who in his previous birth was in our street and ridiculed. Oh, self-manifested Datta is born as grandson of Bapanavadani. What a freak it is! What a great offense against God!" When mother, brothers and sisters, and I dined in the houses of Venkatappaya Shreshti and Narasimha Varma, this Vissavadhani kicked up a controversy in the council of Brahmins that Maladi and Gandikota families were depraved and debased of Dharma, and that the two families should be ostracized from Brahmin community. This thorny tree is that Vissavadhani. Is Sripada Dattatreya? What is the proof for it? Is it in the scriptures? Is it in the Vedas? Vissavadhani, who advanced such mean arguments, is this thorny tree. Venkatappaya Shreshti and Narasimha Varma regarded my divine mother Sarvamangala Swarupini Sumati Maharani as the daughter of their household and offered her meals and respected her with new clothes. By such reverential treatment to my mother, they used to feel that their lives were blessed. Vissavadhani was abusing those two people every day. This thorny tree is that Vissavadhani. Due to omission of obsequies after death and on account of heavy load of sins, Vissavadhani is born as a thorny tree, quite appropriate to his nature. On seeing old Vissavadhani as a thorny tree, I took pity on him and pouring some water. After a short while, they came into the street from the backyard. On seeing the bewitching, charming person of Sri Sreepada, I broke into hiccups and overwhelming with delight. Tears of joy flowed like flood from the eyes. I fell on the divine lotus feet of Sri Sreepada. Sreepada touched me on my back with love and said, "My child, get up, get up. What are these mad acts? Have you come to me taking a rebirth after death?" Sri Bapanarya, who understood that I was a dealer in silk cloths, asked me, "Are there any silk dresses suitable to our Chinna?" I gave silk dress suitable for Sri Sreepada. Sreepada took me inside telling me, "Guru Charana, I will show you wonder." Sri Bapanarya also followed Sripada. Sri Sreepada took us to the thorny tree and questioned, "Old Tata Visanna, you got this sort of despicable birth because your children performed obsequies without care and because you have abused for no reason great people like Bapanarya. This Guru Charan was your son in your previous birth. I will make him perform your obsequial ceremony. Do you agree?" We were nonplussed. That Vissavadhani, who entered that thorny tree as a ghostly spirit in the form of air, replied clearly that there was no greater fortune than that. Sri Sreepada made me to uproot the thorny tree completely. He instructed me to generate fire with 2 audumara twigs in his hand. I took them from him, and fire generated by friction of those 2 small sticks. I burnt the thorny tree. Sri Sreepada directed me to take bath. After I finished bath, Sri Sreepada gave me vibhuti and asked me to apply it on my body and said, "People think that Shiva rubs on his body the ash in the burial ground. Shiva applied on his body the ash obtained from the funeral of great persons, siddhas, mahayogis and great devotees after they die. They remain united in the circle of aura surrounding his body. When animals like monkey, snake and cow die due to our inadvertence, we must perform obsequial rites. It is enough if we conduct their funeral and give food to the hungry. There is no need to conduct any ritual with mantras. Those creatures who had some bond of indebtedness to us in some birth die like that in our hands inadvertently. By burning them with care, our residual karma is destroyed. They attain noble position. In an ancient age, at one time the world was facing difficulties with famine and scarcity. Unless there is increase in the stock of cows, sacred materials like cow's ghee cannot be produced. In the absence of yagna and other sacrifices, mutual cooperation arranged by the Master of the universe between humans and celestials goes for a waste. Dharma is weakened. Humans cannot live unless there is sufficiency of food. Therefore, sage Gautama was growing crops in his hermitage by the strength of his penance. He brought Godavari to redeem his sin, which occurred on the account of killing a fathom cow. Therefore, the world is very much indebted to sage Gautama. Ahalya, the wife of sage Gautama, was a great devoted wife. This Vissavadhani was born in the lineage of Gautama. The only connection between sage Gautama and Vissavadhani is the latter's birth in that lineage. Even though this is very small bond of indebtedness, this event happened for the following reasons. In Treta Yuga, in this Putakapuram, sage Gautama also participated in the Savitri Kartaka sacrifice. Vissavadhani was born luckily in Putakapuram, and not only that, he had my darshan, which is very much difficult to get. A time has come when it should be known to the world that this Datta can grant nobler states with causeless compassion even to an unworthy person. Unless there is a bond of indebtedness, even a dog will not approach you. So, if anyone approaches you for help, help him if you can. If it is not possible, explain to him about your inability in polite words, but don't display unkind temperament. If you show merciless treatment, I, who is an indweller in all beings, will also be merciless towards you. It is a fact that I alone is the root cause for all this. That fact is as much as true as you, this world, and the entire creation are true. I am the supreme truth, truth of all truths. In Veda also it is said that truth, knowledge and infinity are the supreme Brahman. Sri Sreepada expatiated all matters in greater detail in the above manner. I was looking with astonishment. Tears of joy were trickling down on the cheeks of Bapanarya. Sri Sreepada was wiping the tears flowing on the cheeks of his grandfather with his tiny hands and said, "Tata, in recent times you are always contemplating about me. Your birth is fulfilled. I will take the incarnation of Narsingha Saraswati exactly in your form. This is true." Saying so, he placed his hand in the hand of Bapanarya. Then Bapanarya expressed a doubt. "Sripada, I had a doubt in my mind for many days. Shall I ask?" Immediately Sripada with smiles said, "Tata, can there be a doubt in a person of your stature? A lad of 10 years to clear it? What a wonder! Even then I will try. Ask." Then the following conversation took place. Sri Bapanarya asked, "Are creation, administration and liquidation done by Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara respectively?" Sri Sreepada responded, "Yes." Sri Bapanarya asked, "Saraswati, Lakshmi and Parvati are the respective forms of strength to them, is it not?" Sri Sreepada responded, "Yes." Sri Bapanarya asked, "Adipara Shakti, that is, the supreme goddess at the beginning of creation, has created the Trinity and their Shakti forms, is it not?" Sri Sreepada responded, "Yes." Then Sri Bapanarya questioned, "Then who are you?" Sripada is a personification of all deities. He is the origin of everything. When a volley of these questions came out of the mouth of his grandfather, Sri Sreepada smiled charmingly and said, "Tata, I granted a noble position to a thorny tree before your eyes just now. It is needless to discuss whether there is any scriptural sanction or standard for my actions. I exist in all yogic states. A person who is a yogi in those respective states will definitely meet me. Creation is not Maya. To think that all this as creation is indeed Maya. The whole creation is pervaded with a simple divine consciousness. However, it is subjected to evolution in a variety of positions and states. This is the basis for all evolutionary process. As knowledge about time is received, process of evolution rests in experience. This concept of time is conceived on account of sun, moon and earth. Sage Atri had the experience of 3 times: past, present and future, and 3 states: Jagrit, Nidra and Swapna at the same time. Mother Anasuya was the great devoted wife who had the experience of Anasuya Tattva, that is, nature of non-jealousy in the creation. I have the experience of all aspects of creation, sustenance and destruction, gross, subtle and mortal bodies, past, future and present at the same time. Therefore, mine is an eternal present. Everything that happened, everything that is happening, and that will happen is experienced at the same time. In such a state, there is no wonder that the Trinity and the 3 Shaktis are in me. It is a fact that the Trinity and the 3 goddesses of power were in Adi Parakshakti prior to creation. There is no difference between me and the Adi Parashakti, but there is a finer point here. As there was great resolve that the entire creation should come out of the womb of mother, the form of Adi Parashakti emerged. That was the form of Brahma Yoni. Only from that the triad Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, Saraswati, Lakshmi and Parvati came out. However, how did the will to create, or how did the will to plan the process of creation in a particular fashion take place? I am that propelling force or the embodiment of the grand resolve. The advent of Adi Parashakti, Trinity, Triad Shaktis happened only according to that grand resolve. The form of that Mahasankalpa is the personification of Param Guru. This is a very secret matter. Whenever the Mahasankalpa wills, it immediately occurs. To will and to fulfill takes place at the same time. I am the very primordial power that can inhibit all powers. Relationships between mother and child, father and son, husband and wife, brother and sister are unavoidable. The forms of gods and goddesses emerged to demonstrate the above sacred relationships as ideal ones. Jiva is Shakti existing in Maya. I am the Supreme Shakti transcending Maya. Only by Yogic Shakti, Maya Shakti and Mahashakti can meet. The Trinity and the three Shaktis remain included in the worship of Adi Parashakti or original Datta. Only those who are rich in spiritual endeavors can understand these divine relationships, their natures, and the experiences of the relevant states of spiritual progress. All the sins of those who adore Sreepada are removed. It is useless to teach Sanskrit grammar to a beast. If an animal wants to learn Sanskrit grammar, it should be liberated from that lower birth. It should be born as a human being and learn it from a competent person. As I am having an internal connection with every creature, I receive the tendencies, propensities, and impurities from them. Daily through holy bath and japa, I burn those impurities, etc., and help towards the development of living beings. In fact, there is no necessity for me to worship. I attract into me many evil influences of those who adore me and conduct a brief worship of our family deity, Kalagni Shamana. I dedicate the great result derived from that worship to my devotees. It is not possible to give any result without doing karma. Therefore, I perform penance and other great pious rites with this body. As I am in finite consciousness, I get instantaneous results for the rites performed. So I transmit those results to my devotees according to their eligibility. That is why mine is the form of Adi Guru. Just as a child is entitled to the properties of his parents, the disciples of a preceptor become heirs to the powers of penance of their Guru. In Bhagavad Gita also it was mentioned that performance of action is inescapable. There is no end to my incarnation. I, Sri Datta, is easily accessible. Other deities grant boons only after satisfying with the penance performed by the devotees. However, Datta, an embodiment of Guru form, phenomenon, is a compassionate one who is by his strength of penance remove all evil forces and forces of misfortune that stand in the way of his devotees obtaining boons. Thata, that is the reason for calling me Smriti Matra Prasanna, that is, one who is pleased by mere remembrance. I am the one who is in the form of all Gurus. As this incarnation took place out of great compassion as Paramaguru, a supreme preceptor, there is no end of this incarnation. As soon as I receive the call of the devotee, I will respond at once. I am waiting for the call from my devotee. If a devotee moves one step towards me, I will take 100 steps towards him. My natural trait is to protect my devotees like an eyelid protecting the eyes and to guard them against all accidents and troubles. Sri Sreepada imparted these divine preachings to Sri Bapanarya. Then I requested that great preceptor, great Lord, I heard something about Somalata and Somayaga. Kindly tell me these details about them. Then Sri Sreepada told that Somalata is also called Sanjeevani herb and asked me whether I wanted to see it. When I said yes, the Sanjeevani herb appeared in his hand. He presented it to me. That is in my puja mandir secured even today as his divine prasad. Sri Sreepada continued, these Sanjeevani herbs are available in Himalayan mountain ranges, Manasa Sarovar in Kashmir, birthplace of Sindh River, Srishaila mountain, the eternal abode of Lord Mallikarjuna, Sahyadri, Mahendra Devagiri, Vindhya mountain range, and Badari forest areas. Lakshmana recovered from coma only from the efficiency of this herb. By rubbing it on his body, one can achieve the faculty of air travel. This greatly helps in toning up muscles, enhancing the luster of the eyes and hearing faculty. Freedom comes from many diseases by using it. From its efficiency, any sort of fear or suffering from fire, water, or poison cannot afflict. 8 faculties like arima, etc. are endowed by this. This Sanjeevani plant will start sprouting 1 leaf per day beginning from the first day of Shukla Paksha. On the full moon day, it will have 15 leaves. Again, from the commencement of the next fortnight, Krishna Paksha, every day 1 leaf falls off, and on new moon day the plant dries up with all leaves fallen off. When this small dried stick is wetted with water and kept in a room during night, it emits light. Cruel animals stand guard to the Sanjeevani herb in Sahyadri mountain range and Bhima Shankara mountains. It can be recognized on the midnight of a new moon day when it shines in heavenly illumination. My child Guru Charana. Like this, there are about 24 varieties of divine herbal plants. All of them are very sacred. Divine forces reside in these plants. Therefore, these herbs are to be collected with the utmost humility while chanting Vedic mantras. The names of these herbal plants are Soma, Mahasoma, Chandrama, Ansuman, Manjuvan, Rajata Prabhu, Durva, Kaniyan, Svetan, Kanaka Prabha, Pratanavan, Lalvritta, Karadira, Ansavan, Swayam Prabha, Rudraksha, Gayatri, Yashtam, Pavata, Jagat, Sakar, Anishtam, Reyakta, Tripada Gayatri. I took leave from Sri Sreepada and left Pitakapuram. After I finished narrating the above account to Shankara Bhatt, permission for the darshan of Sri Mahaguru was given, and we were informed that the yogic mental travel of Sri Mahaguru was completed. We had his darshan. We received fruits and prasad from the divine hands of Sri Sreepada. Then Sri Sreepada said, both of you cross Krishna river and go to the other side. Go to Manchala village. The village goddess of Manchala will bless you. After obtaining the blessing of that mother, return to Kurungedda. Note that I will always be observing you wherever you are and whatever distance you are. In future, Manchala village will become famous worldwide. That becomes famous on account of the live samadhi of a great person. That Leela of that great person will be wonderful. This is Pitakapuram in a subtle view, just as there is a Pitakapuram in gross view. That is golden Pitakapuram. That is well established in the circle of aura enveloping my physical body. Anyone who obtains my grace, irrespective of their epoch, country, or time to which they belong, will have their consciousness well established in that golden Pitakapuram. This can be understood by all those who have a yogic look. Those who earn a place for their life consciousness in golden Pitakapuram are really fortunate. I will follow them in each and every birth and save them. My child, Shankara Bhatt, a great samsthan in my name will be formed after many hundreds of years. My padukas will be established under the shade of Audambara tree in my birthplace in the house of my maternal grandfather. The images of mine, the preceding incarnation, and the next incarnation will also be established. I am imparting you a supernatural sight. Look! Saying so, he touched Guru Charan and me at the center of our eyebrows. We saw the beautiful scene and felt gratified. His will is superb. Sportive pastimes are strange. When we started, he said, a person of essential traits of Vashishta will come as a priest for my samsthan.